This is a Headgum original.
In 1977, NASA sent 2 solid gold records into space so that aliens might find them and understand life on Earth.
I send greetings on behalf of the people of our planet and friendly wishes to all who may encounter this Voyager.
Now, we're making new records with our friends.
We step out of our solar system into the universe seeking only peace and friendship. We know full well that our planet and all its inhabitants are but a small part of this immense universe that surrounds us.
Hello from the children of planet Earth.
Whoa! What's up, you fucking freak?
Oh, not a whole lot, if I'm honest. I'm trying to sell my car, as you know.
I didn't know you were going to take so long to get to that thought. You paused for a long time. But I knew that eventually you were going to tell us about the car.
Can I be honest? I didn't think I was going to, but I had nothing else going on.
I knew that because I know your life. In my head, I was like, Shelby's not doing much right now this week. Like no big parties, no engagements, no. I don't see you putting on any fancy dresses. So I say she's gonna.
You don't see me put on the dresses because I don't leave my room when I put them on, but I be putting them on.
Why are you wearing the dresses if you're not leaving your room?
I'm doing it to help my self-esteem, my confidence.
Oh, okay. That can be very powerful. So I said, no dresses that I've seen out in public. She's going to talk about the car. Tell the people what you're doing over with that, Shelby.
Well, so I've been going on and off Kelly Blue Book. Free clout for the girly. And I am trying to figure out how much my car will get me so that I can get a new car. Now, it's complicated, but today I talked to a guy on the phone. His name was Tim. Tim, if you're listening, I love you so much. But
now you're trying to trade a Toyota Camry in for a Range Rover. That's what you're.
I wish. I'm trying to trade I'm trying to trade a Camry in for a Corolla, baby.
It's so funny to say I wish to the most obvious thing in the world. To be like, I'm trying to turn this quarter into $1 million.
I do wish. It's like wishing for more wishes. I absolutely wish it. It doesn't mean I'm getting it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I have to go to a couple dealerships. My dad was trying to talk me into how to negotiate, but what he doesn't know is that I studied studio art. So I actually don't know how to negotiate, and it's not within me. Mm-hmm. And he used to be a lawyer. He isn't anymore and hasn't my entire life been a lawyer, but he went to school for it.
And he's a businessman. He does a lot of negotiations.
So that's his whole deal. And he was like, you got to go in there.
I don't know if I've ever told you this. I watched a video of your dad talking about negotiations once.
Why?
I got curious.
Was he
curious.
Good at it?
You know what? It was a very powerful. I believe the video was like 11 minutes long.
You watch all 11?
I sure did.
That's more than I've ever watched my dad talk.
And you know what? I thought your dad was very magnetic.
Okay, so that's where I get it from, huh?
Should we bring in our guest today?
No. Say I'm magnetic.
You're magnetic from your mom, your dad, and your siblings. You get it from everybody. Harrison, Alana, and Merrick, all of them.
Y'all heard it here first. Those are my siblings' names.
Shout out to the fam. Hey, let's bring in our guest today. You know our freaking bomb-ass, freak-ass, cool-ass guest from freaking Shrill on freaking Hulu. Let's make some goddamn noise in our houses for ER Fightmaster.
Oh my God. I loved that.
What's up, big dog?
How you guys doing?
Good.
We're fine. I just revealed to Shelby that I've been watching her dad on video.
Oh, so have I.
Oh,
what's
cool.
up?
We have talked about that, actually, I think. We FaceTimed him the other day together.
I've never once in my life FaceTimed with my dad, so that's actually really cool.
He mentioned that.
Yeah. Usually when I call him, he's getting me off the phone.
He's
really quick.
FaceTiming us.
He's
Yeah.
getting you off? Shelby, don't be disgusting. That was gross. That was gross.
Shelby.
Caleb.
Being wholesome, Shelby.
Caleb.
He's getting me off the phone. I was bearing my soul to my two friends, fighting Caleb, saying, hey, my dad gets me off the phone really fast.
Mike, when you edit all this, cut it at the point that I said.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. We can't talk about Shelby and her relationship with her dad. We have to talk about Fight. How are you doing? What are you up to? How is your life?
Well, funny you should ask because I just got back from the gym with you.
I was at the gym with you.
And do you guys want to talk about how I wasn't invited at all?
Everyone's
Yes.
invited.
Yeah.
Fight was actually really prepared to do a bit about why you weren't invited, and I just immediately was like, everyone's invited. Ruined it.
I wasn't
Yeah, it's
invited.
actually really, really welcome. Everyone's really welcome. But I did want to talk to you about something.
Yeah.
It's
What's
an
that?
energy thing. It's an energy thing. It's an
Okay.
energy thing.
What's wrong with my energy at the gym?
I can't say anything other than it's sick.
Yeah, you can't
Sick
lift
nasty?
enough. You're too weak. You're too weak.
You can't lift enough. This is a
How much
500
can you
pound
lift?
club.
How much can you lift?
500 pounds.
What lift? Yeah, well, we can do 500. We can do 500 base on everything, but then we can do more on certain ones.
500 bench, 500 squat, 500 hammy pull. We weight our pull-ups. So
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
yeah. But if you do some work at home, maybe get some bands.
I have them.
Ooh. Better yourself
have
so that you
bands.
can. Okay.
I have been. And I've been going rock climbing.
Do you love it?
I do love it. Are you going to start going?
I don't know. I have a weird thing where I don't think tall people should climb.
Thank you.
Well, it's so much easier for you.
Yeah, but it's also like, no, short people are supposed to do kind of adventurous stuff, and tall people just get to like live either like elegantly or kind of in a gawky, uncomfortable fashion. And no one looks elegant when they're climbing, even like real climbers. And I also think that if I were to fall, I know this scientifically, I would die because I'm just a series of very long bones, and short people can fall from like hundreds and hundreds of stories in the air.
Right.
and not even get hurt.
I've tested it, and honey, I'm still living. But I once took like an intro bouldering class, embarrassing, and they told me that I was never going to be as good as a tall person because I just can't reach certain holds.
Now, I think Fight said something really important, which is that it's not about whether or not tall people are good at that. It's that tall people are elegant and shouldn't be involved. And so I think that's a really good point, is that tall people are elegant. And Shelby, you have to admit, you do have a certain amount of grittiness. You're a real street dog.
Yeah. Like,
You're a
if I
street
think about
dog.
me fighting, I don't think I'm going to be a good fighter, even strong, or even win on strength. I will win on being scrappy.
Yeah, when people describe you when you're not around, they say Shelby Wolstein's a junkyard dog. She's
Yes.
all scrap. She's all scrap metal, baby.
A lot of people are calling you Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Who's
Yeah.
Logan? Caleb?
Me.
You?
Fight.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm the fat guy
I
who
knew
lived
we were
in Sway
brothers.
House.
I knew we were fucking brothers.
I'm the fat guy who
Sway
lived in Sway
House.
House for like 2 months. Whatever his name is.
Devastating.
Michael something.
Michael Gruen?
Yeah, I think
He's
that's
their
me.
manager.
Yeah, I would be a really good manager.
Yeah, you would.
You would. You really like that
Yeah.
stuff. I was just telling someone today that if you didn't want so badly to be in entertainment, you would be a manager instead.
I don't think I want to be in entertainment that badly. Be nice. Be nice. Don't make me sound desperate, for God's sakes.
Oh, is it not
Ooh,
your
girl.
life's passion, your goals?
I think it's something. I'm vibing with it right now.
Okay, that's not how it seems in the house.
I'm walking around the house. I'm walking around the house, bleeding from the eyes, screaming, crying.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's not what it seems like in the house.
Yeah. That's interesting. That's really interesting.
I love that.
We love you so much, brother. Welcome to the pod. We want to know. Hey, Fight, we actually brought you here for a reason.
Oh, hell yeah.
I know it seems like we were just wanting to gab, but we actually need something from you.
We want to
Intervention?
know. Yeah, we want to know, more importantly, though, which one of us would you rather sleep with, or both? You can choose both as well.
Well, I mean, I obviously would sleep with both of you. I did tell you, Caleb, at a party recently that you made me change my answer. For someone had asked me, what's a man in Hollywood that you would have sex with? And I, of course, was like, well, Brad Pitt, I guess, if I literally had to. And
This
then
is
they were like,
disgusting.
no, say something fun. Someone people know. Just like, okay.
No,
weird.
no, not Brad Pitt. Say someone that people know. Say someone that
And
people know. One of our close
now-
friends.
It's you.
That's awesome.
But you would do
So
both
you,
of us.
between the two of us, it would be Caleb.
You'd both be in the room. Maybe Caleb would be watching. Maybe you would be watching. I don't really know. I know that it would be fun.
We'll get in the
There's a
room
lot
and
of
we
good
will
energy.
figure it out. Yeah.
That's a lot of good energy. That's actually...
I watched Thelma and Louise for the first time with Caleb the other day, and I saw Brad Pitt in a light that I'd not yet seen him in.
You didn't technically watch Thelma and Louise for the first time because you
I watched
actually
most of
didn't...
Thelma and Louise.
You didn't charge your projector and it died right before the ending.
Oh no.
I watched 5/6 of Thelma and Louise.
I've never seen it.
Me either until the other day.
For anybody listening who's seen Thelma and Louise, if I tell you somebody has watched all but the ending of Thelma and Louise, you can agree with me. That's not a movie that you've seen then.
Fuck, I love that.
So we have to go back to it.
Well, if I've seen holes, but not the end, I've seen all holes.
I see
still.
2 holes right now.
Oh my
assholes.
god! Oh my god! No, okay. I don't want to talk about holes right now because I know if we get started, Shelby will cry and scream.
Yeah, that's gonna go ahead and be the best movie ever made. Fight. What are you putting on your records?
Okay. Thank you for asking. Since we started in kind of like a competitive, workout vein, and we just got back from the gym today, something I would like to put in my records is CrossFit as a company, as an entity, as a workout
Unacceptable.
revolution. Yeah.
Are you
Unacceptable.
a participant? Have you ever been? Are you now, or have you ever been?
No.
Oh,
Nice.
okay. So that
I
makes it a
have
little more
good.
acceptable.
never done it. I've never done it. I've never been to a CrossFit gym. I've never taken a class. I've never even taken an online class. I've watched every single documentary about CrossFit that there is, multiple times. I follow the CrossFit Games athletes. And I will tell you, for me, it is just like the most voyeuristic thing in the world, where I get to watch all these absolute, maybe former college athletes or farmers push their bodies to the point of almost death with like an American flag on their t-shirts. And all of the workouts are named after fallen soldiers.
Is that true?
Oh, yes. It is a absolutely psycho sport, and I am obsessed with it.
Well, didn't CrossFit recently like condemn Marjorie Taylor Greene? Weren't they recently like, we actually don't agree with her?
Wow. That would be really big of them, because they did get in trouble for making a joke about, I forget if it was about maybe George Floyd making some kind of joke about like, I can't breathe, like after a hard workout kind of thing.
Why is
Yikes.
CrossFit making jokes? What's going on?
Well,
Thank
it's
you for
funny,
asking.
Caleb.
Why does everyone need to be in the comedy space? You are a fucking...
It should
you're
just be us.
You're a flipping
Thank
tire
you.
gym workout brand. Why would I ever need to see comedy from you? That's crazy.
I don't know. And they are, it's obviously a very kind of like Republican sport. There's a very like Blue Lives Matter, military undertones,
Which is awesome.
big Christian following, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But most of the people who win the games, at least recently, are not Republicans. And they have, when that, I think it was the George Floyd comment happened, but from like one of the CrossFit presidents, a few of them came out and were like, we're not going to do the games. And that was huge, because their entire following is Republican people. So I don't know. I'm just kind of obsessed with it. It's a weird, dark little world. And it's hard.
What?
It's hard to
Well,
do.
you don't know. You've never done it.
No, just watch. Just watch.
What do you think it tells like the aliens about humanity that we do this? Are you trying to tell them that we can flip a tire, or are you trying to say like some people are dumb enough to flip a tire?
I want the aliens to know that there is an entire sect of, specifically Americans, that talk about and glorify the military, and instead of joining it, do CrossFit. That's what I want the aliens to know.
Exactly. When you were first describing it, it sounded a lot like American Ninja Warrior, which I got really into.
Oh yeah.
Briefly.
Oh, that tracks. I
I briefly really got into American Ninja Warrior. I couldn't stop watching it. I loved it.
Yeah.
I find it interesting to watch and exciting, and I love their little stories and costumes.
We would watch that between shows at Second City.
My friend Caitlin is an American Ninja Warrior.
How good is she?
Oh my god.
She was good enough to be on it in college. She has a gym in Chicago where she flips around and shit.
I want to go to one of the gyms, not to train, but just to run around for a little bit, try and jump on some stuff.
Okay.
I wouldn't be able to do that.
Why? You're so tall.
And that's exactly that. I'm not supposed to be jumping.
One of the things is literally just to run up a ramp and try and climb on top. You would just be able to touch it.
Shelby, something that's not clicking for you about what our guest fight that I really have to point out is they have no interest in using their height athletically. Their height to them is
But then they wanted to play basketball. That's a whole height
class.
game.
It's a statement of class.
Yes.
It's an attribute of eleganza.
Yes.
So when you play basketball, are you not using your height as an advantage?
Well, but in basketball, you're supposed to be hurting other people, and you can hurt yourself, and there's no shame involved.
That's like in the okay.
Which is elegant. It's elegant.
It's elegant. It's different from me being like, watch me fucking, I'm gonna run up this wall, and everyone's watching, and everyone's kind of arms crossed, and then I don't
want a viewership. I want to be alone at the gym, and I really want to
alone at the gym. I would do it. Alone at the gym, I'm there.
I don't want an audience. I want to be like a little raccoon that breaks into an office, and then they get a picture after that's like, have you ever seen videos of that where it's like
you do have like little raccoon energy.
You have little rodent, yeah.
I want someone to look at the security tape the next day and be like, what the hell is he doing? I don't want someone.
They set up a bunch of traps. They don't realize you're a human, so they just set up a bunch of little animal kill traps.
Have you guys ever seen those videos where they like creatively trap rats on Facebook? Where it's like
no,
they'll put a little piece of peanut butter in the middle of a big bucket, and then there's like a critical mass thing where enough of the rats get out there to try it, and then the balloon pops and they fall, like 20 rats fall into a bucket, and then they're all stuck in there.
Jesus Christ.
It's fucking awesome.
I actually, if I can say this, I really wish you had never said it on the pod.
I'll show you one too.
I want to watch those videos, so please send them to me, but I will say morally, even though I want all the rats to be killed, I do think the prolonged death thing kind of creeps me out. Like glue traps. I didn't know how glue traps work, and we had mice in an apartment in Chicago, so I set up these glue traps. And I came home, not because like my IQ is like -4, not really understanding that the glue trap was just glue on like a piece of paper,
on a trap.
And the mouse was stuck to it. And it was trying to push itself off of it, and its little paws were stuck, and its face was stuck. And it was not dead. It was being tortured.
And that reminds you of Shelby's energy.
That reminds me of Shelby during Ninja Warrior.
What? Wait. I'm sorry. What about Stuart Little?
Oh, it reminded me of him. That story.
Yeah, I wish I want to remake the movie and Stuart gets caught in a glue trap.
You know what's so crazy about the movie Stuart Little? They go to an orphanage full of kids and pick a rat.
Is that crazy or is that beautiful?
I think that's crazy.
I guess I just don't think that's crazy. I think it's kind of insane for you to call it crazy.
Okay, you guys be an orphan for a second. Sitting in an orphanage.
Shelby, you can't tell people to be an orphan. God damn it. Mike, can we cut this? Can we cut this? Shelby's telling people to be an orphan again.
Mike, we're just going to start it over.
We've cut this from every episode. Every single episode, Shelby tells the people on the pod to be an orphan for a second, and it's not...
I'm having so much fun. I hope you guys are too. I do want to say that CrossFit did say CrossFit supports respectful, fact-based political dialogue to address our common challenges, and we strongly oppose the loathsome and dangerous lies attributed to Miss Green.
You know why they did that? It's honest to God, it's not about her political beliefs. That's not why she did it. She posted a video of her doing a CrossFit workout. And it was so embarrassing. It went obviously viral, and she was doing such a bad job
The
that
form
all
is
these
terrible.
people started being like, "This is what CrossFit is." And I genuinely believe that if she had done a good workout, CrossFit would have been like, "Yeah, we stand behind her."
Yeah,
Marge
they
is
actually
like,
Went
would.
on for King.
Marge the Sarge, we love that woman, but she did a bad workout.
That bitch is so stupid. I cannot believe she gets to be prominent. I cannot believe she gets this.
I
Like,
thought you were about to say, I cannot believe she gets to be prom queen. And I said, what's happening?
I go. That bitch is so dumb. I can't believe she gets to be smoking fucking hot.
I can't believe she gets to be queen at prom.
I'm so into her. I'm like, God, I can't believe someone so stupid gets to be so.
She's so stupid. I can't believe I have to vote
Effervescent.
for her for prom queen.
I think. What if this? We found out on the pod that I think everyone in Congress is like they were their school's prom king and queen. That's how they got to
That's how
Congress.
it works. Yeah.
That's how it should be.
I wouldn't be surprised, and I wouldn't be against it.
You wouldn't be surprised that I'm that stupid.
I wouldn't be surprised that you're that stupid, and I wouldn't be against that being policy.
Awesome.
People
Awesome.
win popularity contests for a reason.
Because
It's
they're
they're better.
popular. That's the same thing with
yeah.
chain restaurants.
You're gonna be popular.
Popular. I kind of fucking killed that just now.
Okay.
What is up with my voice being so good? What'd you say, Shelby? You didn't agree?
I just said okay.
Do you want me to do it again?
Yeah.
You don't have to, but you can absolutely.
Cool. No worries. I just was only going to do it if you needed me to. The same
can
thing about
replay it back.
popularity contests is true about chain restaurants, by the way. They're popular and they're everywhere because they're good.
And cheap and affordable and, those kinds of things.
No, none of those. Because they're good.
Fight saying no, chain restaurants aren't cheap. No, Shelby.
The only smoking section I can ever remember growing up is a TGI Fridays. Do you think it's
Bob
because I
Evans.
spent a lot of times at a TGI Fridays or because a lot of places didn't have them?
Well, you'd have to tell us, babe. Did you go to TGI Fridays a lot?
I don't remember.
Did you get the whiskey sampler?
TGI Fridays slaps, man.
Dude,
I
the whiskey
remember
sampler
really
goes
liking
crazy.
it.
Really good.
Free clap for the girlies. Free clap for the girlies. TGI Fridays whiskey sampler.
Oreo milkshake I got there a lot. I got an Oreo milkshake
Oreo
there a lot.
milkshake goes crazy. TGI Fridays wings go crazy. I mean, TGI
The
Fridays.
chicken
is-
tenders, honestly.
Which ones? The buffalo or the whiskey?
Shit, fuck. I guess I was thinking of buffalo, but I did forget.
Yeah, buffalo is yummy.
They had options. That's
What do you guys
you
think
can't
about
get
when
that at
TGI
a little boutique restaurant. You can't get
a little mom and
options
pop? What do you guys think about when TGI Fridays started selling like mozzarella stick chips and like do you know what I'm
The
talking
fuck
about?
did you just say?
You don't remember this? Hold on.
Mozzarella stick chips?
You're gonna eat your words in 2 seconds, babe.
I'm gonna
eat
eat
those
those
chips.
chips.
Oh, God. That's disgusting. Pod has to end. We love the mozzarella
Pod's
stick
over.
chips.
Pod's
You know what?
over.
I actually have had a theory while we get to this link. I've had a theory for a long time that if I did CrossFit, ironically, I would kind of sincerely fall in love with it.
I know that I would. That's why I'm not allowed to do it.
No. Why do you think that?
Because I think that is generally, mozzarella stick chips by TGI Fridays.
And I'll be honest, they also had them for potato skins, and I'm going to drop those in the chat as well.
I'm familiar with the potato skin ones. These mozzarella stick ones look like they were made in the 1990s, Shelby.
Well, I said, what do we think about when they made them? I
They're
didn't say that
vintage.
they are now newly making them.
Yeah, good job, dude. You proved your point. They really did make them.
Wow, you're being mean right now. Do you think the listeners like when you're mean to me?
I was not being mean. I was being genuinely supportive.
Mike, play it back. Mike, play
I
it
was
back.
proud
challenge.
of you. Yeah, good job, dude. You proved your point. they really did make them. That wasn't the energy. Wasn't about you. The energy is that I was trying to read what date they came out, and then the thing about the ingredients came up. There's a BuzzFeed write up about the ingredients.
Okay.
Do you guys describe yourselves as more of like a brother, like sister duo, or do you describe yourself more as like romantic partners that can't have sex?
It's actually a lot of times both.
I would say, yeah, we are. You know that account, that Instagram account that is sibling or lover.
Dating.
Yeah. We are siblings by birth, but we have such a raw sexual tension and energy that it boils over.
People are voting romantic, but we know the truth is that we're siblings.
Yeah. It's Shelby.
Wow.
Shelby
the reason
is
our
often
romantic
negative towards
chemistry
me.
and firepower doesn't
Yeah.
translate to us having sex is that we're siblings.
Yeah, Shelby has negative energy towards me a lot of the times, which is, I think, what you're picking up on because of the sexual tension.
And because of sibling rivalry. That's just going to happen.
If you
Yeah.
guys could just, excuse my French, fuck it out one time.
God,
I think it'd be
neither of
so
us would enjoy it,
bad
I don't
for
think.
both of you.
Shelby,
What? You don't want to
don't
have
say
sex
you
with
wouldn't
me?
enjoy it. Don't say you wouldn't enjoy
Shelby.
it, though.
Would you enjoy it?
No, but you don't know that maybe I would lay it down. maybe I would really lay it down.
No, I don't think
Yeah.
so, actually.
Maybe Shelby
only
would
because
fucking lay it down.
thank you. Maybe I would.
Shelby's giving me crazy sex eyes right now.
I thought it
Release
was
the
to
tape.
me.
Release the tape. I was literally looking at this this light. Release the tape.
Release the tape. Shelby was just now giving me the most fuck me eyes I've ever seen in my life.
No,
Wait,
release
are
the
you doing
tapes.
it again?
Release the
Glassed over.
Shelby, you got a
You're
raw
on the
power
call.
to you
What do
right
you
now.
tapes. CrossFit's going on the records. What's next?
Thank you. The next thing I'd like to put on the records is Temptation Island.
Okay. What's that?
Now, what is that?
Thank you for asking. Temptation Island is...
I feel like you're on Shark Tank right now.
Well, and I'm gonna pitch it to the audience because
Exactly.
it's not something that I can just enjoy. It's something that I now have to go into the streets and tell people about and share and spread, kind of like religion. I think in like the early 2000s, there were the first 3 seasons of Temptation Island. And in 2019, they rebooted it, which gave enough people time to forget what the premise of the show was. So 4 couples go onto the show, basically after having received the prompt, like, are you at a weird point in your relationship? Are you going to get married or are you going to break up? Very hetero, of course, which is like, I don't feel like those are the only 2 options. Like if you were feeling like you're going to break up, then maybe marriage is not on the table at all. But they all these couples respond and they go to this island, and then the men and the women are immediately separated for a little over a month and put into a house of opposite sex couple or opposite sex singles.
That's so fucking hot.
I was gonna say, now that sounds like a good vacation.
Yeah, fuck yeah. All the guys being in one house, girls being in the other. That sounds hot.
Love it.
Does gay stuff ever happen in that part of the show?
You honestly wish, and so do I. You know, so obviously that's something that I want, but nothing like that could ever happen on the show because it's so beautifully hetero.
There's a boys' mansion, there's a girls' mansion, and then there's a hut in the back for non-binary people to go and figure shit out.
Yeah, and I've been there, and it rules, and they have snacks.
You're the fights the emperor of the non-binary.
I'm telling you, I would go on this show with Kenzie in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat.
I would never allow Kinsey to be put through that.
I have to tell you that this show, especially the first season in 2019, they shot 3 seasons in 2019. The first season is so brutal and raw, where you see people who did not really understand what the show was going to be realize that they are actually going to leave this island without their partner. Like, they came here for kind of a vacation and, like, an experience, but they kind of innately trusted their partner at least a little bit. And when they leave separately after these breakups, it is not some kind of reality show like, oh, they're sad. I was with a group of people watching this show, and everyone in the room got quiet as this woman started, like, weeping and begging and being like, what about my nieces? Like, you're not going to see your nieces again. We have an apartment together. We have a dog. And she completely unravels in this way that I just cannot describe to you. It is a feat of television unlike anything that the world has ever known.
Fight, can I ask you something?
Yeah, I need a lot of help.
What do you want the aliens to take from this?
What I want the aliens to see, one, is reality TV show culture. I think that's really important that they understand the integrity that we have.
Hold on, before you continue, what is Shelby doing with her face right now? What? Is anyone else
I just noticed.
this?
Didn't want to be rude about it. Didn't want to be rude.
Shelby, stop doing that. Put your teeth normal. What are you doing? Everyone, what is going on?
It's those goddamn fuck me eyes again. Look at you.
Shelby,
Ours
stop.
are so far from fuck me eyes, and we all have to agree with that. The face I was making is that of someone who will never and has never had sex.
Play the tape. Play the tape.
Roll the tape. Release the tape. Release the tape.
Release the tape. Release the tape.
What were you doing?
I don't know. I was just kind of having fun.
It read.
Oh, sure. Oh, sure. Yeah,
I was
it looks-
listening. I was having a good time.
It looks like you have gas, but then I gotta say, additionally, and Fight pointed this out as well, it's the fuck me eyes again.
It can't be.
It is.
It can't be that. What are the aliens
It's weird.
taking from this?
It's giving come and get me. Okay, yeah, what are the aliens taking? You look like Sid the Sloth. completely indecipherable for the audience. Just going, I wonder what she is doing with her teeth.
I hope they don't see. I hope we don't release.
We're releasing, babe.
You're gonna release. You're releasing.
Fight.
Okay.
What do you want the aliens to take from this? I'm sorry about what I did. I distracted.
Oh no, it was Shelby's fault. What I want. Listen, I think an inherent problem with your show is that it's what do you want the aliens to learn from this? What do you want the aliens
Not
to take
necessarily.
You have a problem with
from
the
this?
premise of the
I
pod.
want the aliens to watch this show
Okay.
and feel the same kind of electric, insane, manic energy.
You want to teach them empathy.
No, not empathy.
No.
It was not,
No.
sweetie, it was not empathy that I felt. It was, I can't believe I get to watch this. It was really sick. I can't believe I get to see it.
I guess I'll stop you right there, Fight, because
You want to give them Christmas morning.
Yes!
Okay.
you said that you have a fundamental problem with the pod, which is weird to say, by the way, as a guest of honor. And then you went ahead and directly answered the prompt. So
Well,
you
I would
know,
say my problem with the pod is that I have been
Okay.
kind of like sexually like bothered the entire time. I have literally one of the hosts just kind of like cheesing into space. It's distracting. It's hard. And then the other host, I mean, there's a very violent sexual chemistry that I came onto the show after doing research about aliens and about everything that I love.
What did you learn
And
about
I'm
aliens?
here. They are small.
Not necessarily.
Small enough
can't
to
prove
climb.
that.
Not
Prove
necessarily.
that.
They are small, the size of scissors.
We don't know
You
that
can't.
yet.
There are multiple
And they-
sizes of
and
scissors.
they
by
Yeah,
the
you
way.
like
can get little
scissors.
scissors, big scissors.
They walk
Like
and they
people.
walk like if your fingers were like.
The way you're doing that is how people walk. Also,
You're saying
by
they
the
walk
way.
like people, hon. Put the
Babe?
demonstration down.
You're talking about people, babe.
It's funny because Fight has described it being a
Fight
flaw
thinks
in the
aliens
podcast.
are Barbies.
Fight
I just
also,
don't think that they don't need to learn. They need to enjoy shit. We need to fucking show them fun shit.
That is
Fight-
enough of an answer in itself. We're not asking you to break down psychology. We're asking you.
and now
what
I'm literally being
do-
screamed at.
Well, yeah. You upset
Fight also
us.
said that
This
they
is
think
our
it's a
source
problem.
of income, babe.
Fight also said that they think it's a problem with the pod that they felt sexually bothered. But I gotta say, babe, that's how we've won our guests. That's how we want our guests and our listeners to feel sexually confronted.
We had Kenzie change the thermostat in your house so that it would
Yeah.
it would be at the
That makes sense
optimal
because I'm
temp.
so sweaty.
We are sexually bothering people.
But I thought it was because I was attracted to you guys. I have that like sweat that just rests in between your boobs right now. Like it's nowhere else on my body. It's just right here. Do you like that? Is that fun?
Okay.
Keep that in.
Do you like the? Oh, honey, it's all going in. Okay. So you feel sexually bothered by us,
And you hate the
then-
podcast, which is
and you
okay.
hate
I
the
mean,
premise
not
of the
everyone
pod-
has to like it.
Exactly.
I don't hate the podcast. I hate the host. Huge difference.
Actually, that's so important. That's so important. And when you write the review, please, because Headgum will reach out.
And hopefully one day we can get your host of choice, Joe Rogan, paired with Ben Shapiro, so that you can.
I bet Joe
with
Rogan
joy.
does CrossFit.
When every time a guest leaves the pod,
Definitely.
they have to do an exit interview with Jake and Amir. So when you have that from Headgum, just tell them that you love the concept and hated us. That way, maybe at least the concept can live on.
Yeah. 'Cause
Okay,
we
good,
believe in
yeah.
it. We do.
I'll offer to take over. I feel like I have a grip on what should be happening.
I gotta say something really serious, which is that we need to take a break right now.
What?
Welcome, Bark.
Welcome, Bark. Welcome, Bark.
Hey, Fight, do you want to do a dog bark?
Yeah.
That's very Miranda sings.
You do have very Miranda Sings energy across the
wow.
board.
I think we look alike.
Am I wrong? Everyone in here, tell me if I'm wrong.
I've never seen a single Miranda Sings video. I could not tell
well,
you.
you just did. Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Man, I used to watch that all the fucking time.
It's really influenced your comedy. I've always thought
Yeah,
that.
crazy to find out that I'm just a big fucking fraud.
No.
No, everyone has
it's
their own
okay.
influences. Everyone has
guys,
their own
it's fine.
influences.
Oh, those are hot. The glasses you just put on are hot.
Yeah, what the hell?
Fight, what's the next thing you would put on your records?
Okay, thank you for asking. The WNBA Wubble.
Wubble. Now, that's referring to the season they did in a bubble.
The women's bubble.
Yes, and what I like about sports is that it can never just be, like the WNBA bubble. You have to change the whole word so that people know that the players have pussy and boobs.
Pussy and boob.
Pussy
Pussy and boob.
Pussy and boob.
No. It's pussy and boob out on 96.
Hey, everybody, traffic is backed up on the 101.
Hey, everybody,
but welcome back. It's pussy and the boob. Hey, everybody, what's up? It's Monday morning, and you're here with Pussy in the Boob. Puss, how was your weekend?
Well, boob.
Whoa. So
Okay, new premise.
That's the new premise. I insulted you and I made you grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of my bag.
That's what my teachers used to say. Just kidding.
You didn't go to school.
I never.
Just kidding. I never went to school.
I couldn't. They didn't like me enough. Well, also with the Wubble, and we will call it the Wubble, on this pod because we believe it to be correct, is that there was like a big controversy about the weight rooms because like the weight rooms at the men's bubble was like a college gym. Caleb's doing something with his face that is different than
The weight rooms for men were better because men are better athletes, I think was the idea that they had when they made the weight rooms.
Well, the women's bubble, it wasn't even just that it was a better weight room.
You're talking about the NCAA tournament.
Oh, I am. That wasn't the Wubble, huh?
No, it was, but I will tell you that they are related.
Okay.
Because the NCAA women's tournament, yes, all of that absolutely happened. They basically like stacked a bunch of yoga mats and were like, fuck you.
Do some yoga, girl.
They were like, here's a
Do some
2-pound
yoga,
weight,
ladies.
girl, and that should get you ready.
And then the barbells were just like little Tampax.
Yeah.
Very bad. But I think the reason that it got so much attention is because of the WNBA bubble. Because this year in quarantine, there were obviously, COVID, everything that happened, really bad. But there are some highlights. And the fact that the people were so hungry for sports that being able to watch 2-3 WNBA games in a sitting when other sports are not running, when people are hungry for live sports, made it so the WNBA for the first time in 25 years got actual primetime air on ESPN, and their viewership went up astronomically so. And they were able to buy new jerseys that weren't just the logo of a company instead of the logo of their city. So all of these things were like, and we had all of these black women Black and queer Black women that were having conversations about George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and they were directly influencing the NBA, which of course we then look at the NBA bubble and we're like, wow, these guys are really, the WNBA started all of this. Women have always been activists, and especially these Black basketball players, these women who are moms, who are obviously in the POC community, who are dealing with wage discrepancies. They are this perfect mix of everything that sucks about our society. And we had, honest to God, no choice but to watch them. And in watching them, found out that we liked the WNBA. And now it is currently playing on ESPN.
Aren't like I feel like I saw something the other day that like the 7 best 3-point shooters of all time are women.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Big time. But then you you go onto a message board and it'll be dudes being like, yeah, because they're not athletic enough to drive to the basket. And it's like, or they're just good at shooting from the.
And you would never say that about Steph Curry, you fucking weirdos. Like, get out of
Steph
here.
Curry can drive to the back. I'm just kidding.
So can these women, though. You know what I mean? But he's known for his 3-point shot.
Absolutely.
Right. That's stupid. Men are stupid. Men are so dumb.
Oh my God.
Not me. I'm one of the good ones.
The amount of conversations that I had with men that I really love that kind of, in a very depressing way, would make it known that they don't think women are good athletes. And, well, I've never had to watch this stuff before because it's so boring, but actually the games aren't half bad.
Yeah. And you're like, they're actually not half bad. They're actually mostly good.
They're professional athletes. And
Right.
there are also all these conversations about like, well, no one in the WNBA can dunk. Like Brittany Griner dunked 2 days ago and it was on all the highlight reels. So I all of these complaints that we have about female athletes are complaints from people who just actively hate women. And I want the aliens to know, one, that Black women and Black queer women are leading our society and making it better. And they're good at sports and they're good at being people. And 2, I want the aliens to look at the way men treat women succeeding and know that men have to go when they kill off half of us.
Right. It has to be men that die. Okay.
It has
I
to
love
be men that die.
I can't remember exactly.
Good luck. Good luck building houses and moving bricks and cinder blocks and stuff.
We'll keep a few of you.
We are doing CrossFit, dude. We can do that.
Yeah. The aliens are going to institute CrossFit.
I think it's kind of funny to do a meninist bit in the really gay voice. To be like, good luck, sweetie. Without men who provide, we'll see.
That is how most Meninists sound.
Gay?
What's up?
Shelby says, yeah, Meninists are faggots, so...
I didn't say that. You just said that.
Happy Pride.
I didn't say that.
did.
You said that. I'm rubber. You're glue. Whatever you say, bounce off of me and sticks on you.
You guys,
Now
listeners,
it's kind of going back to sibling shit.
listeners, Shelby was crying when she did that, by the way.
No.
Just so you know, she's crying so hard.
No, I
Release the tapes.
wasn't.
Release the tapes.
Release the tapes.
Release the tapes, then.
Release the tapes then.
Fight, release the tapes.
Okay, yeah, when?
Release the tapes.
No.
Yeah, okay,
so
when?
scary. So scary. This is the most scary I've ever been.
No, never mind.
Also, I feel like, and I don't remember the exact details, but most of the NBA players have like started to really vocalize for the WNBA. Like most of the
It rules.
faces of the NBA. But then one guy who I kind of don't like already, Draymond Green.
I knew you were
on
going
this
to
whole-
say Draymond Green. I knew it.
Did
Go
you?
ahead. Sorry. It was on the tip of my tongue, and I almost said it before you, but I was like, don't cut her off. She's doing a thought. But I knew it was going to be Draymond Green because I feel like I've heard you talk about this. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, he like went on the record being like, yeah, I mean, like the girls are good athletes, but if they would just shut up and play, then maybe they'd actually get paid. And it was like, oh, no,
Yeah,
actually.
Yes, and that's worked for the last 24
Right.
years.
Yeah, that famous way that people win negotiations by shutting up about it.
I read like a statement from him that was like so clearly someone trying to be like the smartest person in the room, pointing out something no one's thought of, and it was like, hey, they tried that. Like that's not.
He's just one of those dudes, and I like him as a defensive player. You know, obviously, I think he's kind of like a little clown when it comes to like an all-out athlete, but he is a great defensive player, and that's fine. But he's just one of those guys that has pure like bully doofus energy, and absolutely did not. I don't even think that when those words left his mouth, he knew what he was saying. He's just a bully doofus, and so everything that he says is just going to be like a step off and not correct.
The quote was, I'm really tired of seeing them complain about the lack of pay because they're doing themselves a disservice by just complaining. And then basically was like, all they're doing is talking. They're not trying to do anything about it.
Talking is doing something, you weird bitch.
And
What
also they're trying to do stuff about it.
That's all rich people, though. All rich people in general across the board. No, I shouldn't say all. There are rich people who I think have somewhat of a genuine interest in equity for people below them. But a lot of rich people who have those kind of ideals, like conservative weirdos, just about everything, about social issues in general, will just be like, I just wish everyone would stop talking about it so much so we could move past it. It's like, that's not gonna work. What are you talking about?
Absolutely never happened. That he's mad because women are getting attention. Like when people say things like that, they are just mad at the change itself. You know what I mean? It's not like he's mad that the women aren't getting paid. He's mad that they're talking so much and that his friends are wearing the orange hoodies. That's what he's mad about.
Yeah. Listen, Fight, I agree that he's a good defensive player, but it does hurt me to say that. I am from Cleveland. I have to hate the guy. It's part of my behavior.
Oh yeah, I'm a Braun for life. You know, wherever Braun goes. So, just a kid from Akron.
Yeah.
Kid from Akron. I think everyone should have my opinion on the WNBA, which is that they clearly deserve more money and respect, and that I could beat every single one of them one-on-one. I think
in basketball, you couldn't beat a single one, just to be clear.
I could beat every single woman in the WNBA one-on-one at basketball.
I saw Caleb lift today. I will say that,
I've seen
really
Caleb
strong.
shoot a basketball, and I can tell you.
It's so true.
I don't care
can't.
how many pounds this man can lift. I've seen him.
Cannot shoot. The kid can't shoot.
Frankly, I've seen him shoot a layup.
I make layups. Don't be a goofball.
Some.
You missed some too. Get out of here.
Absolutely, but I
you
wouldn't. I'm not
You
out here
fucking
claiming
hater.
I'll be. I'm not out here.
Mom, come pick me up.
No,
Fight.
Shelby's right. Shelby's right.
Fight.
Okay,
We're supposed to
fine.
play you in a game of basketball, and you'll see what I'm saying.
Oh, you won't be playing me in a game of basketball. I'll be doing basketball at you.
No, you're
Exactly.
going to be playing. You're going to be guarded. I'm not guarding you. I'm guarding our friend Katie, friend of the pod.
Wow. I
You guys
cannot
won't
wait
be-
to do that.
You guys won't be playing. Nobody will be playing basketball on that court so much as taking notes, watching me showcase what the game can be. That's what I'll
Oh
say.
no, I'm going to be
love
Harlem
that.
Globetrotting around that court, just doing
Harlem
tricks.
Globetrotting.
Just doing tricks.
You don't have what it takes. You don't have the cool outfit. You don't have the
I
ball
can buy
handling
the cool
skills.
outfit. It's not hard to get an outfit.
You don't have the ball handling skills. You don't have the raw charisma of those guys. Those guys are entertainers at their core.
They're
You have
entertainers.
chosen to do something that almost is explicitly charisma. It's only over audio with me for pay.
A podcast.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
Podcast. I didn't choose you. Headgum partnered us up.
that's not. That is hilarious.
Man, I
The idea that
love
Headgum
this.
said, these two, they gotta get in the mix somewhere.
You just happen to live together. I love that.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is a
no,
actually
Headgum
really
made us live
powerful.
together. This
Yeah,
is Headgum's
Headgum-
idea of a content house.
Yeah, this is the Hype House, but LA for Headgum.
Logan,
LA. The hype house for
Logan,
LA.
Jake, and what's the manager's name?
Michael.
No, well, he's
Michael.
from Sway.
Yeah, he's.
You're
and I don't
thinking
know
of
anything.
Team 7's house
Guys,
or whatever.
I'm taking a lemon break.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yikes.
you're eating a lemon with the full.
Yeah.
Wow. People are going to think I so often make things up on the pod that they're going to think I'm making up that you just ate a lemon with the rind and all.
Well, my lawyers will come after you if you tell the people what I've done.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Hey, Fight, we also wanted to ask you, before we get back to the rest of your record, what is something so embarrassing in all of humanity that you think it should be deleted from the records entirely? And before you answer, we should tell you.
it doesn't have to be the big stuff. It doesn't have to be homophobia, war, famine, or
Sexism in the
child
workplace,
cancer. It doesn't have to be anything like that.
potato blight.
What great. Wouldn't have picked those, so that's great.
Shelby loves child cancer. Don't pick that.
I would never take yours.
Mike had such a strong reaction to child cancer.
Mike is grimacing in the corner. Okay, fight for real. Fight for real.
Oh, it's parking enforcement.
Yes. Truly and sincerely, yes.
Yeah, no, I try sometimes to really be like, Fight, is it classist to hate the people that do that job? But I'm like, no, there are like literally so many jobs. and you chose to do this. It's like, to me, it's like being a cop. Like, you chose to be this person, and parking enforcement, one, we should be able to park our cars on streets. That is how it should work. I should not have to pay $60 if I park my car somewhere on Memorial Day that I can normally park on Mondays. And watching those fuckers drive around my fucking neighborhood looking for people to punish.
They're fucking
makes me
losers.
sick. They're fucking losers.
If you work in parking enforcement, you are a fucking weird loser with off vibes. You could do anything else. You could do anything else. You choose to ride around in your stupid little fucking outfit.
Be a lawyer.
Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Yeah, you're worried about being classist, but you go really hard on it.
Be a lawyer. Be a businessman. Be a developer.
Don't be a fucking loser. It's so lame to walk around and I shouldn't use the word lame. I've learned that recently, actually. We can keep it so that people can hear me correcting myself, but
it's so gay.
It's so gay.
It is so gay.
You shouldn't say that's so gay. What if I said every time something wasn't cool, that's so girl wearing a skirt as a top?
Incredible.
The jeans are cute though. You guys know what I'm talking about?
I don't know what.
Yeah, of course I do. Of course I know what you're talking about.
You don't, Shelby?
Fight. Tell me.
It was like a stop bullying, stop harassment commercial that Hilary Duff did, and she does walk up to this girl who's like, you putting something on her, like talking about something, being like,
do you like this top? So gay.
And then Hilary Duff says exactly what Caleb says, you know, like,
you really shouldn't say that. What if every time something was bad, everybody said, oh, that's so girl wearing a skirt as a top?
Oh, you are.
And then the woman looks down, hating herself now, recognizing homophobia is wrong. And Hilary Duff walks out. She gets hit by a bus.
See, the reason I don't remember this, I don't remember this at all.
Doctor's gay.
Because at the time... At the time that this came out, I couldn't have been less aware of my own queerness that it didn't even register to me. I was more the girl wearing skirt as a top. So I didn't even,
I watched it and I was like, one, obviously did not know that I was gay either. Watch it.
Congrats.
Like, definitely not going to stop saying that. And two, that's not a good burn. Like, she looks fine. You need to go harder. I wish Hilary Duff would have been like, what if I just called you a dyke right now?
It wouldn't have worked for the PSA, dude. Okay, we just know that Fight's not going to get hired to write PSAs anytime soon.
Fight, if you could not make it readable for the PSA, if you could change the insult, what would you put in the insult?
I straight up would be like, you shouldn't say that so gay. Like, what if I called you a dyke right now? You'd be fucking, your feelings would be hurt.
What if I called you a fugly dyke with no redeeming qualities? Then what?
LMFAO, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Okay, I'm calling a lift. That's what I would do.
I'm calling. Okay, I agree. Parking enforcement, truly, if you work for parking enforcement or a punitive towing company, the kind of towing that doesn't help you on the side of the road but tows you from lots at Walgreens or whatever, fuck yourself forever, you fucking loser. You're going to hell when you die.
Sick people.
Get out of here.
Mm-hmm. You chose that life.
You did choose that life.
You chose that life.
Okay, Fight. What's next on your record?
I can make this one nice, sweet, and brief. One of the things on my record is books about cities. And I say books about cities because I like, when I go traveling, to read a nice book about the city.
When I go traveling. When I go traveling. I like when I go traveling.
When I go traveling.
God, I wish there was an easier way to say that.
No, there's not.
Too bad that go traveling is the easiest.
If you were to conjugate that verb, it would be I go travelo, I go travelace, I go travela, I go travelamos, I go...
Travelan.
Yeah, and all it go, so, Ir viajar.
Did you guys actually, I have to interrupt you to ask, speaking of go in Spanish, did you guys ever, you know the Chevy Nova, that car that was made in like the, maybe, I don't know, 80s or 90s? Mm-hmm. Chevy used to make a car called the Nova, and they had to recall it in like all of their Spanish speaking markets, because in Spanish, no va
is don't
means
go.
don't go.
Yeah.
They made a car and shipped it to a bunch of Spanish speaking markets that was called Don't Go.
Damn. Who fucked that up?
It is kind of a cool looking car. Is that okay to say?
Yeah, babe, if you feel that way.
Whoa, canceled.
Oh,
Canceled.
I'm going to look it up right now.
I'm liking it by its look.
Oh, this is a car that you would like.
Yeah, of course it is. It sort of looks like shit in a lot of ways, and for me, that's good.
It's endearing.
It also looks like something. It also looks like something that like a mechanic kind of lesbian would fix up in a shop.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Would fix up in a
dragged.
shop for a couple of years. Yeah.
I thought he was going to say something. I thought he was going to go harder on that. I thought he was going to go harder on me in response to that.
Why do you assume the worst from me?
Oh, it's history.
Can I talk to you guys really quickly? Let me talk to you guys really quickly.
Yeah, talk to us, babe.
You are literally so close. I know that you're doing this in the same house right now. If you guys need to take a break to have sex, I will facilitate it. You can take the computer into the room. I will I will talk you through it kind of sex therapy wise.
Okay.
And we
I
can
am in my
then we can
underwear
come
right
back.
I'm
my
only in my
pants
underwear right now.
unbuttoned.
Should we all be?
Should we all be naked? Shelby and I were walking around the house before we got on the recording, like getting water and stuff. And Shelby's walking around pants unbuttoned, and I'm walking around in my underwear. So
It really was like in a movie where they're trying to, like, opening sequence in a movie where they're trying to get across the point that, like, people are, like, tired and
gotten
overworked and, like, a little bit too drunk. Yeah. Walking around the house being like, like that's that was the vibe of Caleb and I pre-pod walking
But you
around
both
the
put on
house.
suits for this, and I love that.
Thank you. We did. Well, we wanted to look good for you, babe.
Yeah, well, I'm in a beautiful dress.
we all wear suits every day. Human beings.
Love
we wear
that.
suits. We wear suits of emotion and facade.
Everyone's complaining about masks in 2020. Well, what about the masks we've been wearing our whole lives?
Who was complaining about masks?
So
Marjorie
stupid.
Taylor Greene.
Such a stupid thing to say.
Marge.
Hey, I love that we got so off track, but I can actually remember where we were at, which was books about cities. I also have books about cities. What's your favorite one?
I really liked this book. Truly a book about a city, Berlin. I really liked the book Berlin because it went like chapter by chapter, basically every like 30 years of Berlin since it was like built. And it was so absolutely dark and depressing. It was iconic. But I read it on a train to Berlin the day Bowie died. And the last chapter was about his death. And so I think that the aliens would have a really nice experience doing the exact same thing that I did. They just have to pick a book that has a celebrity in it that they know is going to die. Like, that is part of the experience.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I think so. Caleb, are you on board?
Yeah. I mean, why not? I guess, yeah, why not? I say why not to it all. I embrace that idea.
Mm-hmm. Great. Perfect.
Cities about books are so cool. I feel like also when you move somewhere new, you should try to learn about the history of the place you live in.
Yes. Cities about books.
It's important. Did I say cities about books?
Yeah.
It's about cities. Cities about books.
What's next on your list? Fine. So beaten down. What's next, okay?
Let's get this over with.
Let's just,
Okay.
I can't be beat up anymore.
My second to last thing.
Yeah.
Oysters.
Oh, that's an aphrodisiac.
It's Aphrodisiac.
Sexual.
I felt I felt cool when I did that voice. I want the aliens to come down here and be like, wait, so what are y'all eating? And then she like kind of like go into some restaurants and be like, okay, kind of understanding it. And then they come to my house and I show them an oyster and they're like, you're fucking with us. And I'm like, no, I'm serious. And they're like, no, that's impossible. But it's like a rock. And I open it up and they're like, that's like a little clitty. And I go, no, I'm serious. And I offer it to them and they're like, well, I'm not eating it first. You're fucking with us. And then I do it. I slurp it up. It's kind of this like weird kind of like raw horny moment where they're like grossed out, but they're like, oh, I bet they fucking lay it down. And then they have a bunch of oysters. And then we just start kind of like talking about like childhood trauma and like plan a trip to Europe together.
So little of that was about the oysters, and so much.
So much of it was about an experience, which is totally fine.
So much of it was about having like a fun, flirty energy with the aliens.
And you know what? I told you that's my problem with this fucking podcast is that I'm not trying to once again teach these aliens anything. I'm trying to give them a nice time.
I love that. No one's faulting you for that.
No one's mad at you, babe.
A lot.
You are
Mike
projecting.
just went like this.
Yeah, Mike
did
is
not
pissed.
flip you off. Mike did not flip you off.
No, Caleb, you were looking down. Mike did flip him off.
Oh, well, Mike, that is so inappropriate. That is so inappropriate. No, I love that you want to fuck the aliens. I think that's cool.
I think that's cool too. I have a question about oysters, if I'm allowed to ask.
Please.
How often, if ever, I understand the answer might be never, does someone find a pearl in an oyster that they're eating?
Every time.
Every time.
That's not true.
That's why they're so expensive. Yes, it is.
That's why it's $4 an oyster.
Do you want me to
Like if
Google
you go to
this
a
right now?
restaurant, it's $40. Yeah. Please Google it right now.
Okay,
would love
I'm going to
that if you
Google
spent
it
your
right
time on
now.
that.
You guys are about to make me look stupid on the pod, and I'm going to email Mike separately and say, cut this part out.
Go ahead, take your time. Let's all sit in the silence of this moment.
Yeah.
Let's take time to reflect.
Google search on foxnews.com.
So it doesn't appear that it happens every time, but it is possible to happen.
I guess it's just happened every time for Caleb and me.
Yeah, we can only speak from our own vantage point.
That's true.
Fight, what else would you put on your records?
This is the final thing that I'd put on my records. Because I think it says... brag.
Drum roll.
I think... I brought this in for you guys today, too, because I think it really speaks to who you are as people. I think it would show the aliens a lot about humanity. The final thing on my list is a text that says, I'm running 5 behind, when you're really 20 minutes late.
That speaks mostly to you.
Yeah, so I have done that to you.
Mm-hmm.
Not to me.
No, not yet.
Oh.
Actually, Sylvia, I need to get your number.
Ooh. Okay.
Redacted 911.
Mm-hmm.
Is this it?
It's really close.
It's not. So you love to send a text that says you're 5 minutes away when you're actually 20. Tell us what you think that says about humanity.
Well, I think it seriously, very non-joking, shows that I'm a sick little narcissist, that no one's time is as valuable as my own, that I don't have the brain capacity to plan leaving the house at the right time, even though I leave the house to go to the gym every day. And every day I know that it's a 30-minute drive. And every day I leave expecting it to be a 15-minute drive because my IQ, like I referenced earlier, -4.
I feel honestly comforted by friends that are constantly late because then anytime I am running late, I feel like
you don't have to feel bad about
I'm
it.
safe.
They get this.
You don't.
They get this.
You don't.
I have a question about just how you want this presented on the records. Do you want a video of where you're at while you're writing the text? Or do you want sort of?
Yeah, I'm going to get canceled for this, but yeah, I want it to be like praying that the red light, that the red light will last as long as it takes me to do my text, and me like driving and kind of like looking up at the red light and typing something really fast, and my phone like correcting because it knows exactly what the fuck I'm trying to say.
yes.
It knows that I'm running 5 behind. It knows that. It doesn't need to put in that I'm running 5 behind. No.
We know.
It doesn't need to put in 5 minutes. It fucking knows. And so I think, it would be the aliens seeing me driving dangerously with my phone, texting at a red light.
And then maybe it'll have a follow-up of your arrival time.
Yeah. And then when I write I'm running 5 behind, that's when I ask for the address.
I like imagining that the aliens are waiting on you at an oyster restaurant and they get the text. One of them looks at their phone, reads for half a second, clicks the screen off, puts the phone down and says to the group of them, Fight's lying via text again, fucking freak.
Yep.
And then they just patiently wait for you for another 15 minutes or 20 minutes.
Yeah, and I would want them to use that time to be like, what's going on with them? And then kind of like talk about my mental health, my relationship with my partner, if my pilot's gonna go, like shit like that. Just drag me, and then when I walk in, for all the aliens to be like, There they are.
Our favorite person alert.
We love you, bitch. That.
Yes. And we're at a TGI Fridays.
That edition says so much about humanity, period. No questions asked.
Thank you.
Do you want to know something disgusting? The only thing I took from that whole chunk of fight talking and maybe this entire episode is me going, is Fight waiting to hear if a pilot's going to go?
I literally thought the same thing. I was like, cool, I'll text them after and just check on that, see how that's going.
Yeah. So we'll check in about that later.
I wrote a really, really good pilot. The premise is kind of like, if the aliens came, like, what would you show them? And I haven't picked who I want the leads to be yet, but I'm looking for, like, a tall, mean bitch and a short little fuck.
You are making some extremely powerful enemies, I will tell you that. Keep it up, because I would love to exercise the full extent of the power that I have behind this pod.
Caleb.
We have 25 lawyers.
I'm sorry. I did see a photo of us recently that we had those strangers take when we pretended to be a couple. And I will say that standing next to you, I think you're so tall. And in that photo, we are exactly the same height. And it freaked me out.
Just out of curiosity, what do you think it's like being me when you guys are both around?
You ran into us right before this picture was taken.
I know,
actually,
and
out.
you're both human giants, and I'm merely 3 feet tall.
You're so
I have
cute.
to assume that your whole life is like the glue trap.
Yeah.
I want to carry you around in a little bag.
It is pretty much my life is like the glue trap.
I want to get a little baby Bjorn for you, Shell. Carry you around on my chest.
That would be cute.
I love that.
Have a final question for you, Fight. I already feel like I know that the message is going to be pretty chill. Because it seems like what you want the aliens to know is that you just want to hang out. But if you had to include a message for the aliens, just to headline your section, what are you saying? And I feel like it'll be something like, come over, I'm having a good time. Or something.
The message to the aliens would straight up be, don't bother emailing. It just stresses me out. Just send me a text. And if I don't answer, I will get back to you. That's what I want them to know.
Okay. Yeah. that does really speak to the narcissist comment earlier. that the thing you want them to know coming to Earth is, hey, better to text me.
The email when you travel thousands and thousands and millions of light years, that'll stress me out. Go ahead and shoot a text. And if I don't respond, I'll get to it when I can.
I'll get back to you.
Get here, and then, they were like, way far away, and they sent the email. And I saw it, obviously read it, but didn't look at any of the details. And they're like, they're about to roll up at my house. And I get here, I haven't cleaned because they didn't text, because they don't know better. That's embarrassing for them. And I'm not doing that to my new friends.
Look, you made an incredible record. You are...
Thank you.
You are a friend, you're a lover, most importantly, you're an enemy. And and you've been an incredible guest on the pod. Fight, where can people find you online? Will you tell them, please?
Please.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram as Genderless Gap Ad.
And you can watch the latest season of freaking Shrill on goddamn Hulu.
And also,
That's what's
music.
up.
You make music. Twin music.
Twin music.
That's right. You can find me on Spotify and Apple Music and wherever else you get your songs. Is that what people say? Wherever else you get your songs.
I don't think so, but we could start absolutely. Wherever else you get your songs.
Wherever else you get,
your songs.
Wherever you get your songs.
What were your names earlier? Booby and Tits?
And that's all from Puss in the Boo. Meow, bow, 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 bow. We ended late break time talking to you today. We're going to toss you off to Ryan Seacrest.
This meeting is being recorded.
Is not recorded.
Yeah. I want that gig. I want to say that on Zoom.
This meeting is being recorded.
This meeting is being recorded.
Was that kind of sexy when I did that? Be
No,
honest.
I got to be honest with you. Not even a little.
This meeting is being recorded. That's hot.
Ooh.
This meeting is being recorded, Daddy.
No, I actually really, really didn't like it, if that's okay.
This meeting's being recorded, Daddy.
It works. Shall we try one?
I don't like it when you guys did it.
This meeting's being recorded, Daddy.
Daddy.
Ooh, Daddy, we're recording this meeting. You can freestyle with it a little bit. You can freestyle a little bit.
Yeah, it doesn't have to go in a certain order or anything.
Casting people love that. Love that.
Put it in your own words.
Ooh, Daddy, I've done something bad. I started recording the meeting.
Yeah.
That was a Headgum original.